And hello, everyone. This is Elliott Serrano of the Chicago Red Eye and Geek to Me, coming to you from the Windy City Comic Con in Chicago, Illinois. And I'm joined here by local comic book artist and creator extraordinaire, Tim Seeley.
Extraordinaire, I like it. Yeah. Good to see you again, man.
It's good to see you, my friend. You have had a lot going on lately. I mean,
yeah, a lot is a good way. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Back in the day when we first met, you were just a lowly penciler on G.I. Joe, and Hellboy and Lovebunny was your claim to fame.
Lovebunny Mr. Hell.
I'm sorry,
I wish I made up Hellboy. I'd be rolling in the dough, man.
I've got Mignola on the brain because everyone's walking around with the Hellboy bag.
Oh, no. Yeah. Hey, I'd be honored to make that kind of money on something, so, you know.
But Lovebunny and Mr. Hell, one of my favorites. And
you were the only one, but thanks.
But then, which was not too dissimilar from Hack Slash.
Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, basically that was a comic that I made up that utilized the formula which I've always really, really liked, which is Monster and Hot Girl.
Yeah.
But this, in the case of Lovebunny Mr. Hell, it was a kind of comedic, romantic comedy superhero parody, which I thought was awesome. I had a great time with it, but really no one else liked it or cared.
Then I
was like, which is okay. But it was kind of taking that idea, like, well, I still like this, but I got to figure out a way to do it where I get people to read it. Plus, it's hard to do superhero comics when you're not working for Marvel and DC. It's hard to make them sell. It's also really hard to do funny comics and make them sell. So I was pretty much just shooting myself in the hinder with that one. So, but with taking Hack Slash, I was like, well, what else do I like? And I love horror movies, especially bad horror movies. And using kind of a similar formula. No, it's the same formula. Hot Girl, the Hot Girl and the Monster. But just trying to deciding to make sort of all those trashy horror movies that you used to see, and adding like personality and character and sort of an ongoing storyline, and trying to make that, and that worked a lot better than Lovebunny Mr. Hell, which plus a lot more girls dress up as Cassie than ever did as Lovebunny. So
see, but that's a shame because Lovebunny was pretty
yeah
hot.
I did. There was girls that did, and I have the pictures, but there's a lot more Cassies because it's a lot easier to do, I guess. But
right. Well, for those who don't know, I mean, Hack Slash is a book written. You still write it, right?
Yep, I write it.
I mean, you do write it, right? Yep. Of course. That's one of the things I like about it. You write and draw it. It's also being optioned for a film.
Yep.
By Rogue Pictures. You've been involved in the development of the film, right?
Yeah, it's a slow process, but I kind of I was expected that you option something for Hollywood and they just take it away. It's off in California, and a bunch of executives are doing blow and coming up with your movie and whatever. But it's not. It hasn't been like that at all. Actually, okay. I got to be friends with the director, and they ask me all these questions, and they call me up to see if things are going the way that that I thought it should, and been really they've been like really good. It's really weird. I was not expecting that. So I mean, it's taken a little bit of time because they're trying to make sure that it's done right. And I mean, obviously, when you're doing a comic book, you can come up with the idea on Thursday and have a book out by Monday if you really bust ass. But with the movie, obviously, that's not going to happen. So they're taking their time and stuff, and I feel bad because people ask me about it because I think they like movies more than comics. You may notice that, but so like people ask me about it, I'll be like, it's happening. It's just slow.
So it's not going to happen. You don't see a projected release date for it yet.
Yeah, I mean, they want to make sure that they film it and get everything done, and I mean, they're definitely like as far as we've ever been right now, and I think it's we've never taken a step back. So, and as I understand it, in Hollywood, that can happen a lot. So. It's never happened that way. It's always been a step forward. So yeah, I mean, good. Someday it'll be out, and once it starts, I know it's going to be like a whirlwind, and it'll be done, really fast. But yeah, it's not an instantaneous gratification like I kind of hoped it would be. But that's how it is.
What are the prospects for, let's say, some Cassie, Hack, and Vlad action figures?
Oh man, all I know is that once I get action figures, I can be done. I don't really, because that's all
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's really all that's about.
Once you get the action figures done, there's really no point in going on.
Screw the comics. Who gives a crap?
How about an animated series?
Oh, that'd be sweet too. I mean, there's one thing that we kind of was talking about is like, because one thing about Hack Slash is it's so episodic, that maybe it's hard to make one movie out of it, or whatever. But I think the screenwriter did a good job of it. But then there was always like, well, it could be a TV series, like, ooh. But then I thought, is that supernatural? But I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, I think it might work for, well, at this point, I'm just trying to make sure to get the comic out. That's my scope is make comic, and everything else that happens, that would be just fine with me.
Well, I appreciate that, especially with a lot of the comic talent these days that just seem to have a hard time getting a book out on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's because they don't work. That's usually why. I mean, it's not that hard. You just have to, you just have to be dedicated to doing it. It can be difficult getting motivated, but it's your job.
Right.
It's so silly to me that
I think eating should be enough motivation. Right?
Yeah. Well, the problem is once a lot of creators have enough money that they don't have to worry about eating, then they don't want to work anymore.
Okay.
If you make too much, you get lazy. So that's why I'm really trying on purpose to be poor. Yeah, that's me. To ensure that your book's coming out, I just
stay
fucking
poor.
broke. Yeah. That's how you got to do it.
So, if somebody wants to learn more about Tim Seeley and what you're up to, where can they learn more about you?
I had a website, but it's in the process of being revamped. So I have a /MySpace. Go over myspace.com / I have the Deviant Art site. Devil's Due Publishing has a bunch of my stuff up there. And also a place called Cadence Comic Art deals my art, and they also have like profile and stuff I worked on, and a really embarrassing picture of me looking really stupid. So there you go.
All right, it can't be anything worse than I've ever done.
No, I'm sure it's not. Actually, I can guarantee that.
He's known me for a while.
Yeah. Before the microphone.
Before the microphone, which grew out of.
Well,
there was an accident with the microwave. So.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to share?
I'm good. It's just good to have you being on the other side of the. You're like a journalist now. You're like
in the loosest form of the word. Right?
Journalism is already a pretty loose word.
Pretty much. Thanks, Tim.
All right, thank you, sir.
It's really good seeing you. Really good seeing you.
Absolutely,
and we look forward to seeing more /A. I want to see Lovebunny and Mr. Hell show up in an issue.
Issue 18, already happening.
Be there.
That's how fast I work.
Awesome.
Already happening. That one will be in comic stores. So in December. So
all right. Thanks for joining us. This is Elliott Serrano for the Chicago Red Eye and Geek to Me.